told you we'll be across all the transfer news, man. We got to get busy in this last 48 hours, or less than 48 hours, as Emi Martinez, according to Fabrizio Romano, has agreed personal terms with Man United. I'm not going to lie to you lot, guys. This is music to my ears. This is music to my ears. I was only just saying a couple of hours ago when I did the first Flexes view that Sonny Lemons, listen, good kid. It looks like I've never seen him play before, but what you read about him and his metrics and, you know, his age, his profile, I'm not saying he's going to be a terrible option. I'm definitely not saying that. But if you're asking me to choose right now of what I want, I need instant impact. After the horror show of Andre Onana, after the makeshift of Altay Bayindir, the goalkeeping situation at Man United for the last 2 seasons has been dire. Absolute, like comical, laughable, pathetic, disgusting. All of these words you could use to describe our goalkeeping department right now. And I don't understand for the life of me why any Man United fan in this moment now, when we have 2 days left of the window, like less than 2 days left of the window, right, would look at Emi Martinez and see a red flag. I don't understand it, personally. Is he eccentric? Does he wind people up? Yes. Does he make a mistake here and there? Yes. However, in terms of claiming crosses, in terms of being a competent goalkeeper, he's decent with his feet as well. Experience, World Cup winner, been playing in a top 6 team. Like, the pros far outweigh the cons for me. Far outweigh the cons. My biggest thing during the middle of the summer window was looking at him for 40 million. And I was like, because of the money that we've got to spend, I don't know if that's the right thing. Surely we can go and get a keeper for cheaper, or, you know, there's always, you know, look at Kepa, he was 5 million. You know, look at Aaron Ramsdale, he was 4 million on a loan. I'm not saying we should have got Aaron Ramsdale, but I'm saying there's opportunities out there. But guess what? Fast forward to now, where there's like a day and a half left of the window, and we're able to get someone in of the quality of Emi Martinez. I need this deal to happen. I really want this deal to happen. I do. And again, I'm not saying Emi Martinez is perfect. I've criticised him loads in the past when he's made a few blunders here and there, like every keeper has. But by and large, if you're being honest, he's a very competent goalkeeper. And it goes without saying how big of an upgrade he is on Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir. And just as a goalkeeper in the Premier League, he's just very good. Do you know what I mean? He just knows what he's doing. Fabrizio Romano says Man United have agreed personal terms with Emi Martinez and have approached Aston Villa. Ben Jacobs has been getting involved, of course. And he says Man United will move for Aston Villa's Martinez if they can get him. The feeling is that he will leave Aston Villa this summer. That was all the way back in June the 4th. And he now says that Emi Martinez being actively explored by Manchester United after interest revealed earlier this summer. Martinez has been clear he wants to move. Man United now deciding whether to add an experienced number 1 or proceed with Sonny Lemans. Not likely to add both, which is what I did cheekily want earlier on today on the Flexes view. I was like, can we not just get both and get both of them out? That's going to be a push. And Romano has also said, understand Aston Villa have made a formal approach to Royal Antwerp for Sonny Lemans. So at the same time as Ben Jacobs saying Man United working out which one to go for, Romano's gone one further and said that actually Villa are the ones who want Lemans. He's the option alongside Diogo Costa in case Martinez ends up leaving the club. Man United are in talks with Villa for Martinez, and Aston Villa now think of Lemans. So it's clearly a shifting of the targets. You know, Man United for the last couple of weeks, or actually for most of the summer, we were linked to Emi Martinez definitely, and Sonny Lemans, so it was a bit of both. But it was more leaning towards, you know, the 23-year-old Royal Antwerp keeper, the young Belgian who's next up. And you're looking at his metrics, and I had to do a little bit of digging. I've never seen him play before, never even heard of him before this window. And you look at it and saying, well, Man United probably wanted him, but the Martinez thing has always been there. But for me, we need instant impact, guys. Like, I'm not saying Sonny Lemans won't turn out to be a good goalkeeper, and if these moves go the way round that it looks like it's currently heading with Lemans to Villa and Martinez to Man United, you know, people will probably look at Lemans and see some good stuff and say, oh, I should have got him, a good future for 10 years. I think that the goalkeeping situation right now is so bad with Andre Onana being that rubbish that you have to go with a tried and tested guy who can come in now. We didn't really do that in the striker position. You know, we couldn't get Gyökeres and this, that and the other. And listen, we got Sesko, and you can see He's still raw. He needs time. It's not just an instant throw him in and he's playing all the games. Look at what Gyökeres is doing. You can see that. We've bought, tried and tested in Cunha and in Mbumo. And I think to do that for a goalkeeper, we can't afford to play no games, people. That's the thing I don't think anyone who maybe doesn't think this is a good move, I've urged you to sort of think about it and say, the goalkeeping situation is so fragile, so much pressure is involved with it at Man United. You have to be cut out for it. One thing about Emi Martinez is he's cut out for pressure. He's cut out for big balls. I was behind the goal in the Lusail Stadium in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar in the final against with Argentina against France. I was literally directly behind the goal for those penalties at the World Cup final. And the shithousery that he had, the confidence that he had, how he was throwing people off. And listen, we watch him week in, week out in the Prem. He's a top goalkeeper. We know this. So he does it for club and country. For Villa, they've been doing great things for the last, 2 to 3 years under Unai Emery, or last couple of years under Emery at least, getting in the Champions League, knocking on the door for Europe, just being a solid top 6 team. And he's been a big part of that, and the Villa fans love him. And so I see my good mate Dan Bardell's fuming about this. You know what I'm saying? He wants to go to a big boy club. He doesn't want to be at Villa anymore. He wants to go to Man United from 15th. I tried to tell Dan Bardell this many times, and Villa fans, we can take some of your players if we come in. Like, you do know this, don't you? And that's what it is. He wants to move. So I hope this move materialises. I hope we get him. I think we need this type of signing, especially now our options are limited. We can't go and get a Donnarumma. Diogo Costa isn't really a thing for us. I know he might be on Villa's list. It's Lamens or it's Martinez. And if you're asking me to choose right here, right now, I want the guy that can literally walk in the next game, and you can just say, you are hella experienced. You know all about this league. You're a World Cup champion with Argentina. Like, you've played in some of the biggest games in football. You know what it is to play in this league. You don't need a settling in period. You're ready to go. Is he going to make mistakes? Is he going to fuck up here? And of course, every keeper does. Of course he is. But I tell you, we all know this. This is one thing we all agree on. He is going to absolutely... Onana will become something in the distant memory very quickly if we get Emi Martinez. So I'm saying, wrap this deal up, get this deal done, and bring us Emi Martinez. I've made my mind up. I want to know what you guys thinking. Do you want, the 20 million, young 23-year-old needs to adapt to the league, playing in the Norwegian league? Do you want that? Or do you want the guy who's going to walk in straight away and command that, not command the respect, but just have his feet under the table straight away and just know what it is to play for a big club? He played for Arsenal for 10 years. Listen, he was number 2. He was at Arsenal a long time, helped them win the FA Cup, made his real name at Villa, and he's been excellent ever since for club and country. That is what I want. What will be interesting is what happens with Jadon Sancho and what this fee could look like. Because what we're not really hearing is anything about a fee. To be honest, I haven't seen whether it's just a loan. Because if you're asking me short-term basis, like just with a loan with an option to buy for a year, yes, and send Sancho there. We ain't getting the 25 million for Sancho now. It's done. He ain't going anywhere permanent. So just do business with Villa. We got the chance to give them someone who is really surplus the requirements of us and doesn't care about playing him. We don't want him. He'll do all right at Villa, high and wide on the left. That's fine. He'll probably have another season like he did at Chelsea. Who cares? Then just go on a free. It's done. Meanwhile, we get one of the best keepers in the league, or one of the top keepers in the league, and one of the top keepers in European football. That's what Emi Martinez is. He isn't the top. He might not be even top 5, but he's a very competent goalkeeper. And I understand about his errors. He has had some blunders. Look, the last game he had, he's currently serving a 3-game ban for what he did with Rasmus Højlund when he absolutely cleaned him out. And I was cussing him that day. So, of course, you have to be aware of that. But that doesn't... If you watch Premier League football and you watch Emi Martinez... that is an anomaly. That is the odd time he can make the odd blunder or so. So can Alisson, so can Ederson. All these top keepers. Look at Raya. Raya's been chipped a couple of times from the halfway line. He's messed up a few times. So there's so much stuff that's going on where keepers will make mistakes. But the fundamentals, Emi Martinez is clear. He is so clear. Like, it's not even a discussion to even put him in the same breath, the same sentence, the same paragraph, the same video as Andre Onana. and Altai Binder as well. So for me, get this deal done. I really hope we do. Smash a like on the video. I'll be back to... If we get a Here We Go, I'll be back. Hopefully we do get a Here We Go, and this is wrapped up quickly because time is running out. Let me know what you think. Is this a good deal for Manchester United? Should we be trying to get him? I want to know what you guys have to say. Peace.